Number 3 in our 10-part series on what you need to know about the 2022 smoke alarm legislation. And this one is about powering of alarms, because you've probably heard that, you've got to have them hardwired now. Now, that's not necessarily the case. If it's a brand new home built after 2017, then yes, they do have to be hardwired. They've got to be hardwired in that place because it's still open and you can get through. But that isn't necessarily applicable for a home that was built perhaps before then. You know, that you've got existing alarms. Some of them might even have slab ceilings. So, you know, are you really going to go hardwired there and run ugly conduits everywhere that people don't want to see? So, given a choice, I would always go for a 10-year wireless alarm. Now, why is that? The simple reason, if you've ever blown a TV up in a lightning storm, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a flash of lightning, your TV goes. See, anything that's connected to the grid, plugged into the wall, to the mains power supply, gets shocks and spikes, ups and downs, blackouts, brownouts. All that stuff doesn't do any electronic gear any good whatsoever. So anything that's connected to the grid, including a smoke alarm, will be susceptible to those spikes, and we just find they just don't last as long as, say, a 10-year one that's got its own power supply and is not getting those shocks. Nice steady power supply for 10 years, nice. However, the code does say if it is a hardwired alarm there, it needs to be replaced with a hardwired alarm. So for that very reason, that sometimes you have no choice. There is already a hardwired alarm there, and you're going to put one there, and we can then put a wireless base and then go to the wireless alarms. You know, that we believe that's the most best value, because it's going to last longer, it's going to create less issues for you as long as it's maintained. Obviously, any alarm expires after 10 years, and we're installing alarms that have a warranty for the lifetime of the alarm. You know, so we're making sure that when we put these in, you're getting good value. You're getting something that's going to stay as long as possible, and that's why we would choose the 10-year wireless ones. We also have people that want the hardwired ones to have a 10-year lithium-ion battery in it. I see no point whatsoever. You've got to service them each year anyway. You've got to clean them, and for the ones, it's about half the price for one that has a 9-volt removable alarm in the hardwired I'm talking about, not a battery-powered one, because you're not allowed to have the battery-powered ones with removable alarms after 2022. But we're talking about a hardwired alarm with its backup power supply, and the backup is obviously you have a blackout, you still want your smoke alarms to be working. So why would you go for a 10-year one? You know, it's a $2 battery, and we replace them each visit anyway for free. No battery is absolutely guaranteed to be good forever, and so we're finding that, you know, basically it's going to be a lot better value. It costs you no more for us to replace the battery each time, so why would you pay double for the other alarm that's got a 10-year battery backup? It's hardwired anyway, so when you come to do your testing, whip out a battery, we put it in, it's got a fresh battery. Why not? Because for the difference in price, you could buy 10 boxes of batteries. There is just absolutely no reason to have it in my opinion. And of course, that is just my opinion, and you may like the idea, but people think, at least I don't have to replace the battery. If it's a 10-year battery and it's wired in, it's got a 10-year battery, I never have to get up there and replace the battery. But you've got to test them anyway. You've got to test them each year. You've got to clean them each year. So while someone's doing that properly, why wouldn't you just replace the battery? It's going to save you a lot of money in the long run. Certainly saves you a lot of money in the install. So in my humble opinion, 30 years in the fire game, so I believe I know a little bit about what I'm talking about here, and I think it's better value for you to have the hardwired ones with the removable battery backup. Speak to you in part 4.